Let's do. Let's do it. All right. 4 minutes away, chat. 4 minutes away from the new season of Rainbow Siege. I wonder if... It'll be interesting. I look forward to trying this. There's sound for the video? Yeah, if I turn it on. Or you want to hear stuff? Is that better?
Leo? I feel like for me, because I never answer his notifications, that's because sometimes I just solo queue. And my experience as a solo queue player in rank is it can be frustrating sometimes to face a 5-stack. I know we've been speaking about like having multiple letters or queue systems. I don't know what's being worked on, but like that would be my on my wish list to see how solo queue players can have a fair game matchmaking.
I mean, that's something for me, even that just being able to do that. But I think back in Brazil, they talked about like a cross-play or something like that, being able to bring Xbox to PC, PlayStation, whatever it is. That's something that's kind of unique for me, to be able to go back that far to now bring them all together. So I'm really hoping that this is in this fan.
Jack, what do you think the esports community is looking for the most? Do you think it is that Shield rework?
I think so, because it's dominating the way that esports is played right now, because either the esports are banned and there's no strategy at the esports one. The Shields are banned and there's no strategy, you know, really in the banning, or you try and play the strategy in the operator ban phase, and then Shields just kind of abuse the meta right now. It's the big storyline of what's happened at this major in this season, so I think that's what they'll be looking for.
Lax, how much does it impact the community with these panels?
I mean, tremendously. I mean, you get to see a completely different look at Siege, a different approach to Siege, especially with certain operators if they get tweaked or touched, or just even certain aspects of Siege and how you play the game as a whole. So, I mean, it's great for the community.
What's up, Tom? You ready for the reveal?
Well, this is very exciting, Leo. I was going to let you talk, but we are getting underway. This is the big one. It's time for us to unveil Year 9, Season 4.
Blackbeard. Shield work. He's got a shield now. Here we go. 30 seconds. You guys want me to give like feedback, or do you want me to just shut up and we can listen to it? Five, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go!
Hello and welcome to Operation Collision Point, the fourth and final season of Year 9 of Rainbow Six Siege. I'm your host, Camille Salazar-Hadaway, here with a jam-packed reveal show. We've got a ton of new features to talk about, including some big player protection news. Now, let's welcome Creative Director Alexander Karpazis to give you a full overview of Operation Collision Point.
This is Operation Collision Point, and it's our grand finale of seasons in this year. It ends with a bang, and it brings to the table everything we've been working on together this past Year 9. We can't wait for you to get your hands on these new features. It starts with crossplay. We are allowing PC players and console players to finally play together with the crossplay feature, so that wherever you are, whatever platform, you can play together with your friends. You're going to see the reputation system come online with all of the feedback that you've provided us in the past. We are remastering Blackbeard, and he is the true point man in the Siege roster. Balancing teams brings some balancing changes too, not just for shields in general, but some other operators that you might see. We're so thankful for all of you who participated in the beta of Siege Cup. It launches for everyone in Season 4, so everybody can play Siege in tournament mode. You'll be able to playtest all of what we announce next week and let us know your feedback through our 6 fix. So stick with us, we have a lot to cover, and stay tuned.
With Operation Collision Point, friends who play on console and PC can now join together in lobbies to team up, hop into matches, and then crouch, teary-eyed, over each other's fallen operators while solemnly vowing to get the refrag. Here's UX designer Abhishek Agarwal with the details on this crossplay update.
As we introduce PC and consoles crossplay, we know that fair play, especially cheating, is a concern. So we are excited to confirm that Mousetrap V2 will be a part of this feature to keep things balanced. We'll share more details about Mousetrap in our next segment, but for now, we are excited to bring crossplay between all platforms in Siege. Console players will have 3 pools to play in: the platform-specific pool, the consoles-only pool, and the PC crossplay pool. They'll be able to select that in the crossplay matchmaking setting in the options menu. To ensure a safe experience for console players in the PC pool, we have made console players indistinguishable from other PC players. Players will be able to invite each other seamlessly across PC and console platforms through Ubisoft Connect. Console players will be able to progress both their PC rank as well as their console rank by playing directly on consoles in the relevant pools.
The Year 9 plans we revealed in Sao Paulo earlier this year included a lot of player protection features, and this season is the culmination of all those plans. Alexander Karpazis and UX designer Roland Poe are here to give you the full rundown.
With the changes to crossplay, we're looking at Mousetrap now. Now that keyboard and mouse is allowed to play on console with PC players, we will be re-examining the way that we tackle players who try to circumvent that. We have a new 3-strike system that detects if you're playing with mouse and keyboard in the wrong player pool. And on the 3rd strike, you'll be moved to the PC pool for 90 days. Our machine learning model is constantly improving with players playing the game. So we're becoming more and more accurate over time. And the fact that we are releasing this now means that we're confident in the system detecting the right players. Cheat match cancellation is coming in Season 4. And that means we can react faster to detecting cheaters and getting them out of the game as soon as possible.
Let's go.
If you're in a match with a cheater and they're banned, you will see the notification pop up and the match will be canceled. The player will be removed from the game, and every legitimate player will not be punished for canceling the match.
Let's go.
Throughout Year 9, we've worked on the reputation system refresh. That means we've changed everything top to bottom, front to back. And everything starts with the actions that are tracked in-game. We're introducing a new concept called units. And these are standardized ways of understanding actions and act as the building block for your reputation. The goal of the reputation system is to catch recurrent and highly toxic players, guide and reward players who are showing positivity. And the way we're achieving that is looking over a long period of time to really understand a pattern of players' behaviors. Over the past 100 matches in 90 days, what has a player been up to? This means that a single errant grenade throw that bounces away you didn't expect isn't going to send your reputation plummeting. What will is repeated patterns of disruptions. We're introducing a new visualization called the standing map. This will show you your positive and negative units, as well as exactly where you are in the standing. So how close are you to achieving that next upper bracket? One final note is that with the launch of the refresh reputation system, everybody's scores is getting reset. That means you'll start the season with 0 positive units and 0 negative units. We really want you to engage with the system, understand it from the beginning. You helped us create this refresh system, and we'll be listening to your feedback once again, and together helping to create a safe and positive play space for everyone. Toxic communication is never acceptable. Full stop. And with Year 9 Season 4, Rainbow Six is taking a strong stance against toxic communication with the introduction of automated text chat moderation. And that means that every message that's sent in the text channel will be assessed, and those that are determined to be disruptive will either be flagged or prevented from being sent in the first place.
What up, Jacob?
And the way we determined which messages were disruptive was to assemble a diverse team and go through many different categories and establish varying levels of acceptability. A good rule of thumb to think about is, if you were in this room with 9 other strangers, would you and they be okay hearing these things, saying these things? And if the answer is no, then those are the sort of messages that might get flagged or removed. If a player sends multiple flagged or removed messages during a match, they will be automatically muted for the rest of that match.
Oh, let's go.
If players show a repeated pattern of disruptive communication, they will face the preventative mute penalty, meaning they will be muted in both text and voice for 20 matches. We know that varying people are going to have different opinions on what is acceptable and not acceptable. And this is also a new system, but we are confident that it's the right step in securing text chat, and we'll be very closely listening to your feedback. That way, working in collaboration with you, we can make text chat a great place for everyone.
I'm here for it.
I know you're eager for the big moment.
No more yelling at Bella.
Up. And believe me, we have some exciting things to share. But before we dive into that, we've got a special surprise for you. A mid-reveal treat. It's Maestro, like you've never seen him before.
I have video coming out on this. Let's freaking go. The shoes. They highlighted the shoes.
Even on vacation, he's so cool. Next up, we've got a peek under the hood of some improvements to the matchmaking system that live content director Christopher Budgeon is going to walk you through.
Yo, Chris Budgeon.
This season, we're bringing 2 new huge improvements. One is team rebalancing, and the other is Phantom Player. Phantom Player is a new way that we calculate skill of a squad. How that works is that it takes 2 aspects into account. One is the size of the squad. So are you 2, 3, 4 players within a squad, or a full stack, for example, because you're giving call-outs, you're playing and coordinating with each other, maybe getting a refrag off of each other. These are all elements that players who are playing separately are not able to do, certainly not as easy. Another is the difference of skill within that squad. So for example, if you're a champion pairing with a copper, that would be a large difference in skill. If a champion pairs with 4 coppers to drive down their average skill, it's not really fair to anybody in that lobby. With the Phantom Player, that will add a lot of skill to that group, and they'll ultimately be playing in a more fair lobby. We like to call this feature Phantom Player because it's as if there's a 6th player on the team in terms of skill. Phantom Player will be used within all of our playlists, including the Siege Cup, our most competitive playlist. We're also bringing team rebalancing. Now, this is something we've been testing on live in Year 9 Season 3, and we're ready to have this fully rolled out for Year 9 Season 4. What team rebalancing does is it looks at all the players on each team and just rebalances them to give an improved way to calculate the skill of both teams. So, which squad should a team go to? Should it go on Team A or Team B? Now, with the team rebalancing feature, will be an improved way to make sure that the 2 teams are as close in skill as possible.
Okay.
So we're able to add these matchmaking improvements because we've actually restructured our matchmaking component of our engine. And that's why we were able to bring skill initialization last season big improvements this season. We have more coming next season with dynamic matchmaking. Look out for more matchmaking improvements as we continue to evolve within Siege.
That's really exciting.
Operation Collision Point
It's
marks the
tiring playing
arrival
with
of the
high-level
most
people
competitive play
getting
grids yet,
botted.
the Siege Cup. If you're ready to see what your squad can really do, this is the place to do it. Game designer Robert Cole will give you all the details as we celebrate the full release of Siege Cup.
I would love to play Siege Cup, except it's only on Wednesdays.
Let's do this.
18's double elimination.
Swapping mates. He's upstairs. Reach that wall. Yeah, reach it.
Down to 15 seconds.
C4 and ping.
Yes.
Friendly's victorious. Hostiles eliminated.
E4 on ping.
Go, go, go. Split together. Planting, make noise.
15 seconds.
It's the final. Let's get the win.
Friendly's victorious. Hostiles eliminated.
Thank you everyone for participating in the Siege Cup beta. Coming next season, we will be inviting everyone above clearance level 50, including console players, to Siege Cup, so that everyone will be able to participate. We want Siege Cup to be the most competitive moment in the game, so matches in Siege Cup will have 8 rounds instead of the 6 of ranked, together with a roll swap after the 4th round. Apart from that, the map selection of Siege Cup will be handpicked in advance, so that players will know in which map they will compete days before each Siege Cup. As we announced previously, we'll be bringing our new Phantom player algorithm to Siege Cup. This means that teams with big skill disparities will be placed in much harder brackets. The release of Siege Cup is a big milestone for us. But we're not stopping here. We have a big list of features and improvements to make it the best version possible.
It's time to take a look
Interesting.
at this season's bouncing update.
All right,
And
here's
what we've got
the
on
important
docket.
part, guys.
Send, Ying, and every operator
Sends,
who
Ying,
uses a
and shield ops, huh?
How will they be affected? That's what game director Joshua Mills is here to tell you.
Kicking off Season 4 of Year 9, we're going right after a problem that we're already seeing in our community, which is our ballistic shields. So fundamentally, they're performing in a more aggressive state than we intended, and we want to go in and address that.
So what are we doing? 1, melee priority will now be properly respected. For example, a player melees a shield causing a guard break. The shield user will no longer be able to cancel that shield break with their own shield bash. 2, consecutive guard breaks will now have a stacking benefit. That defender can now increase the intensity of the guard break exponentially. Meaning if Monty does nothing, you will be able to achieve a 100% guard break opening even on an extended shield. 3, we no longer ignore guard break actions due to the animation.
That's
For example,
crazy.
You melee a blitz and the guard break animation plays. But as the shield is about to settle back down, you melee it again. Previously, that second melee would not have connected and the guard break animation would have completed with the shield settling. But now, that melee will connect and the guard break will be reset and have that increased intensity as mentioned before. Now jumping onto the shield mechanics themselves. Suppress the Fire is a tool to stop shield users from sprinting and closing the distance. Suppression will now require less bullets to trigger, from 10 to 5, and less bullets to reach the maximum intensity of suppression from 40 to 20. Maximum suppression lasts for 7 seconds when not receiving any additional damage. The shield bash damage will also be reduced. We're taking it from 65 damage all the way to 0. We are realigning to a core principle in Siege that if you want to be lethal, you must be able to receive lethal. Being lethal means being vulnerable. The last change is that we're modifying the shield collision detection when shield bashing to more closely follow the detection used for knife melees. This will eliminate some odd moments when a shield bash hits when it otherwise shouldn't have.
We're also tackling Ying in Season 4. We're going after that frustration around the fact that she can almost instantaneously flash a sight and enter it all at once. What we want to do here is require Ying to have a little more precision on how she deploys her Candelas, but also give our defenders a chance to react to them. It may be known or may not be known, but you can actually shoot the Candelas before they go off. and defenders will now have a bigger window in order to do that.
That's annoying. I don't like that. I don't play Yang a lot, but
Season 4, we're looking at
that seems kind of frustrating.
It had a low presence in the game since they were introduced. We're looking to add a little more functionality and utility to the gadget for more strategic play. The Root. What can it do now? 1, Sens can toggle it on and off at will. So if the wall's deployed, they can go ahead and turn it off. They can even deploy the gadget off and then turn it on whenever they feel like it.
Dude, that's
Additionally,
okay.
the Root
That's
emits
cool.
a light wall, so it's not a smoke. All gadgets that can normally see through smoke will no longer be able to see through the wall.
Oh.
As we continue to enhance Siege,
Dude, that's
we're introducing
wicked.
something that will make every match count even more. The team is rolling out the beginnings of a new progression system to track milestones and achievements that you earn just by playing.
Well,
To
I'm sorry,
explain how
chat.
it all works, please
Click the wrong
welcome
button.
UI artist Gaston Rojas.
Our goal of introducing the badge system to Siege is to reward your long-term engagement by earning badges through in-game achievements. There will be badges for everyone, no matter your skill level, but mastery is highly rewarded. To unlock badges and upgrade them, you must complete different challenges. There are elimination challenges that require kills or assists
Sens
with
is gonna
certain
be
weapon loaders.
crazy, dude.
There are also badges that you can unlock by playing with a full permit squad. Others that you can unlock on your own by making plays and using game tools like rappelling or
okay.
drones.
Can you not
For now,
appeal to
there will
me
be
because I
22
love these
badges
things?
and more on the way, with 4 different tiers to upgrade: bronze, silver, gold, and chrome. The more you progress on the challenges, the fancier the badges you will unlock. Career is the new player centralized hub that organizes replays, rank, reputation, and future stats
Freaking
into
love
one
badges,
place.
dude.
This
I'm
is just the
addicted to
beginning, so
achievements.
expect more additions to track your progress.
We like to play
Blackbeard. Once a feared point man,
We like to play
this
a
operator has
Goyo
seen
or
less
a
action in
Ascend
recent
strategy
years as the
that
game has
requires
evolved.
Glaz to see through it.
But
And now with
it's
Glaz not
time
being
to
able to
bring
see
him
through it
back
anymore,
into the spotlight.
completely negates that
Joshua
part of the
Mills will
strategy.
explain everything about Blackbeard's remaster, but first, Blackbeard makes his triumphant return to Siege Tales.
Look at him, he's so buff now. Blackbeard, more like Buffbeard, am I right? Sheesh.
First off, Season 4, we're introducing our second remaster of the game. Now, somehow you all figured this out. I don't know how you figured it out, who told you or whatnot, but yes, it is in fact Blackbeard. In the past, we had issues right out of the gate with the fact that blocking a one-shot headshot in a one-shot headshot game is a serious problem. But additionally, being able to be fully protected and be lethal at the same time is another big problem. Being able to address both those is what we're doing with this remaster. New gadget, new gameplay, you've never seen this before. He's the guy that goes first in the door or through the wall. That's what the Hull Adaptive Shield can do now. Blackbeard can actually approach a soft wall and burst through it, taking that ground and running in first while leading his team. We want to really adapt the way he plays inside of
That's kind of
and
crazy.
how we can open up new lines of traversal. One of our key objectives with Blackbeard was to make sure he was the point man. We want him to be in the front line of the fire. That means he needs to be protected. Essentially, when Blackbeard wants to go combat ready, you simply ADS. And when you do that, the glass panel will slide down and reveal your target, but also expose Blackbeard. Now keep in mind that when Blackbeard can go lethal, he can receive lethal. The shield will drop, the gun will go in place, and he'll be able to be lethal, but he can receive
That's
lethal.
crazy.
He'll be protected in the chest area, but of course, we all know where everyone's aiming. Reloads will not be safe reloads with Blackbeard. He'll need to take the time to reload in cover in order to make sure that he can do that while not exposing himself. He used to be the rappel king, being able to be on rappel, hold long sights, and be protected. We're bringing that back. Obviously with the change that when he goes lethal, that shield comes down and he can, in fact, be headshotted back or take damage back. Well, as far as getting up and meleeing Blackbeard, I highly recommend you don't do this because he still has all the same functionality of our ballistic shields. He can sure as hell melee you back. We did custom animations, new models, new gadget, you name it, it's all going in. And we wanted to make this one hell of a complete package. If you want to bring some serious firepower and some protection, you bring Blackbeard.
And there
Okay.
you have it. Operation Collision Point is set to bring some of the most exciting updates and changes we've seen this year. From crossplay to player protection and the remaster of Blackbeard. We're excited for you to experience all the new content. It's been an incredible journey through year 9. Now, gear up for Operation Collision Point, and we'll see you in game.
Guys, Blackbeard is crazy. I'm gonna be rocking Blackbeard like crazy from now on. When does the thing come out? They said next week. Does anybody have any questions or something we want to watch again? That's how we normally do this, is I will at the end, so now that it's over, I have to go back. I have to go to the actual video because otherwise we'll be stuck in
Operation Collision.
Okay, we want this. Ha! Stole it. Anybody have any questions? Anything they want to talk more about? The shield thing for Blackbeard is crazy. Like, I'm all for it, dude.
Turn to Siege Tales.
What if I take that car door? Buffbeard, dude, I'm telling you.
First off, season 4, we're introducing our the shield can do now.
This part right here.
We're doing
This
with
is
this
the part
remaster.
that's
New gadget,
okay, he
new
can still
gameplay.
fire
You've never
his-
seen this before. He's the guy that
fires
goes
his
first in the
primary
door
down
or through
the
the wall.
shield.
That's what the
And he
whole
just bursts
adaptive
through
shield
the
can do
wall. He just
now.
goes through the
Blackbeard
wall.
can actually approach a soft wall and burst through it, taking that ground and running in first while leading his team. We
Like,
want to
look at this.
really adapt the way he plays inside a building and how we can open up new lines of
Tricky wall,
traversal.
bro.
One of our key objectives with Blackbeard was to make sure he was the point man. We want him to be in the front line of the fire.
He's a
That means he
front-
needs to
okay,
be
I wanna
protected.
know how they
Essentially, when
affected
Blackbeard wants to go
his,
combat ready, you simply ADS.
elite.
And when you do that, the glass panel will slide down and reveal your target, but also expose Blackbeard. Now, keep in mind that when Blackbeard can go lethal, he can receive
He does
lethal.
lethal,
The shield
yeah.
will drop, the gun will go in
why
place, and
does
he'll be
this-
able to be
why
lethal, but
does
he
this
can receive
music go
damage.
so hard?
He'll be protected in the chest area.
I guess he would be the only one shooting one. Yeah. Like, the music for this part is so hard.
Return
We're just gonna watch
to
this on
Siege
repeat.
Tales.
Okay. So, I mean, Blackbeard, so how I'm envisioning this is like
Goes first in the door
Let's watch.
or through the wall.
through the wall here.
That's
It
what the-
immediately knocks Cav back. So if you're standing against the soft wall and Blackbeard comes through it, it sends you flying like you would if you get shield bashed, which I
All
think is
adaptive shield
super
can do
cool.
now. Blackbeard can actually approach a soft wall.
And without the melee, the ability to kill with the melee shield anymore, like you knock them on their butt and you have to quickly react to pull your firearm and ADS, because like otherwise they're gonna just stand up and start beating you
and
to
burst
death.
through it, taking that ground and running in first while leading his team. We want to really adapt the way he plays
Immediately
inside
start
a
looking
building
around.
and
I love
how we
he's
can
got-
open up
he's
new
got
lines of
his gun, like, up
traversal.
here,
One of our
like-
key objectives with Blackbeard was to make sure he was the point man. We want him to be in the front line of the fire. That means he needs to be protected. Essentially, when Blackbeard wants to go combat ready, you simply ADS. And when you do that, the glass panel will slide down and
Deimos,
reveal your target, but also expose
Deimos
Blackbeard.
Blackbeard
Now,
might
keep
be
in mind
dope.
that when
Once
Blackbeard
you
can
do
go
Blackbeard,
lethal,
it's gonna be
he can
fun.
receive lethal. The shield will drop, the gun
I
will
don't
go in
think
place,
with
and he'll be able
Blackbeard
to
it's
be
gonna be a
lethal, but he
move.
can receive damage.
So I don't think
He'll be
Blackbeard's gonna
protected
be
in the
as
chest
fast.
area, but of course, we all know where everyone's aiming. Reloads will not be safe reloads with Blackbeard. He'll need to
He
take the
opens
time
his-
to
opens his
reload in
arms to
cover
be
in
able to
order to
reload.
make sure that he can do that while not exposing himself. He used to be the rappel king, being able to be on rappel, hold long sights, and be protected. We're bringing that back. Obviously with the change that when he goes lethal, that shield comes down and he can, in fact, be headshotted back or take damage back. Well, as far as getting up and meleeing Blackbeard, I highly recommend you don't do this because he still has all the same functionality of our ballistic shields. He can sure as hell melee you back. We did custom animations, new models, new gadget, you name it, it's all going in. And we wanted to make this one hell of a complete package.
Yeah, I think
If you want to bring
I think the Blackbeard rework is going to be absolutely killer. Like, I'm really excited for that. So, any more questions before I call the stream? I know we were live for about an hour, 2 hours if you were watching over on Twitch. Any last questions that you want me to go over before I cut this, and then I'll post the full video on YouTube. But yeah, anybody got any questions? Any questions? Last call for questions. Nah, you're all good. All right, Bella. Bella's all good. YouTube, we got any questions out there? I don't think so. I think everybody's pretty happy with what they saw. So, all right, Chad, that's it for me. I'll be back on Tuesday night for sure, playing on the what's it called? Playing on the test server. Okay, so make sure you pop in on Tuesday because we're gonna be trying all sorts of things. I'm gonna rope Legion into it because Legion loves to test new things. And hopefully we'll be able to find some games. I feel like I'm never able to find games when I play on the test server, but we'll see. All right, chat. Thanks for hanging out. I appreciate each and every one of you, and I will catch you guys on Tuesday. Have a great rest of your weekend. Stay good. Just stay good. Just stay good. This has been your moment with Alex. I'll see you later. Bye.
Some serious firepower and some protection.